Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. This is the It's Your Healthy Lifestyle show hosted by the founder of this platform, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and myself, Roland Friedl. How important is your health and fitness to you? We show you how you can easily eat healthier every day, how you can improve your fitness and recover much quicker after your exercises and workouts. Families will learn how to optimize their children's health and nutrition. And finally, you will also hear how you live a long, healthy and fit life into your old age. Join us here on It's Your Healthy Lifestyle.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. I am Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and our show today is It's Your Healthy Lifestyle. Let's welcome the star of our show, Mr. Roland Friedl. Hello. Where are you today, Mr. Friedl?
I'm in Austria, actually close to the Czechoslovakian border. Beautiful area here. Nice in summer. Terrible in winter. but by the way, Jacalyn, I love your new style. This straight hair. It's very classy. I love it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. In fact, I heard from somebody in my family, I won't mention names. They said, please stop wearing those hairpins in your hair. Just go with this. So this is my new go-to look. But you're looking quite healthy yourself. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling good. I told you backstage I had some challenges with my memory caused by a very cold shock. So it was a little bit frightening, but I'm fit. Actually, actually an hour ago, I did my workout in the forest and I jumped in the cold river again. Well, I love the cold water. No, I'm feel good. I'm absolutely feel good. I'm so happy in my age. Well, I will become 60 next year. I really feel good. I don't take any pharmaceuticals. I just feel good. Yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic, Roland. You know, we have a special guest today who is not here yet, but she hopefully will be here, Dr. Sadia Rajput, and she talks about mind disruption. And you had a type of mind disruption. We're going to be talking about when we lose our focus, when we have brain fog, and what it is we can do about it. So what does brain health mean to you now that you just went through this traumatic instance?
Well, first of all, as I love to work and as I love what I'm doing, and most of my work is here in the brain, being creative, producing shows, podcasts, interviewing people, writing a book, stuff like that. So I need my brain and also do coaching consulting. So brain is very important. I'm not working with my hands much, like a plumber or a carpenter. So I need my brain, first of all. It's very important for me. And actually, it started a few years ago when my mom started with her dementia. And now it's really bad. She even has no idea who I am. She's always smiling when she sees me, but he has no idea who I am. So it became more and more important to me. The same happened to my dad before he passed away. And I had this actually last week on this men's festival that I had a loss of 3 hours, my memory, but it was because of a cold shock. I was in a very hot Lakota, sweating hard, sitting in the dark for hours and sweating with other men and sweat on sweat. It's very narrow, you don't see anything. It was really cool. I had amazing workshops. And then this cold water with a full stomach. I didn't eat the whole day, and I was eating a lot of went into this cold water. I'm used to it, but I get a kind of shock, and afterwards I was lost, and my memory, I have no idea where I am, who I am, what I'm doing here. But it came back, but it was not a stroke or something. It was just, of course, of the shock. And yeah, for me, brain health means doing preventive, whatever supports your brain health, meaning physical exercise, eating healthy, supplement a lot, and working, always learning new stuff, new language, or writing a book or whatever. Just, using your brain. Use it or lose it.
That's so important. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm glad that you're feeling better. We do have our expert in-house. Dr. Sadia Rajput is here. Let's welcome her from Pakistan. Hello, doctor.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, so nice to have you here with us today. I'd like to introduce you to Roland and Roland to Dr. Sadia.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, Roland.
Dr. Sadia, as you and I know, we've had a show together already. We've got a course that you are going to be facilitating and I'm hosting. You've come to us, to our platform, as an elevated listener, and you were introduced to us through the British School of Excellence, Mr. Philip Sykes, whom we love dearly. And you have a background as a pediatrician. You are also finishing your PhD, and you are a business owner of the British School of Etiquette, Pakistan. What does being a mindset disruptor have to do with everything else that you're doing?
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Jacalyn, for allowing me to come on this platform again. And thank you. It's lovely to meet you, Roland. Even when I was doing my medical school, and after that, when I was practicing as a consultant, I was working as a senior registrar, and I always had this special interest in human brain development. It's like I wanted to know, can we actually change it? Okay, so that thing really fascinated me. After I changed my career, I came to trainings with the British School of Etiquette, and I never gave up my, it was always my deep desire again to challenge myself. So when I call myself a mindset disruptor, it's like because I always set challenges for my brain. Okay, no matter what, every thought that crosses my mind, I set up challenges for myself. I ask myself certain questions. That is this a healthy thought that I'm thinking or not? And how will this thought lead me to in the future? So these things, I keep on questioning myself. So that's why I call mindset disruptor. And besides that, I'm also doing PhD. It's all but dissertation at the moment, and it's also on inclusive mindset, where I'm employing my medical knowledge as well as the other training knowledge, and I've brought it all together. And it's an experimental study, my PhD, and it's on how to improve employee happiness by inculcating inclusive mindset at the workplace.
Congratulations. That's super exciting. I love the topic. So, Roland, I'd love to share a little bit with Dr. Sadia about the work that we are doing with Juice Plus. I know Dr. Sadia is a big proponent of supplements and also healthy lifestyle recipes. So Roland has been taking Juice Plus and has been a distributor, a role model for 29 years. Is that correct?
Yes, since 29 years, this June. Almost 30 years, and I was training thousands of doctors on nutrition and on supplements. Yes.
Fantastic. So
wow.
I'm going to spotlight Roland for just a moment. Tell us a little bit about Juice Plus, and then we'll hear what Dr. Sadia has to provide as well about supplements.
Okay. Well, first of all, when I got introduced in supplementation in general, because when I was active in sports, I never took them, and I always thought a healthy lifestyle, a healthy, balanced nutrition is good enough. It was good enough for me because I had the time, but I found out that many people don't have the time. The daily routine, they're working full time, really stressed. They don't have access to healthy, fresh, raw fruits and vegetables, stuff like that. So I started thinking about supplements, why not? And I found out that the best way is when you supplement, meaning bridging the gap, what we should eat on fresh, raw fruits and vegetables, and what we actually do eat, especially in the Western culture, is just bridging the gap. It needs supplementation, but it doesn't make sense to supplement artificial products, because there are a lot of studies on the market, studies with thousands of participants who show us that when you supplement artificial products, it's not working on long time. You can do it for a short time to cure something, but not preventive. It goes the wrong direction. So really people had more issues afterwards than before. And the best way is if you can't eat this punch of fresh fruits and vegetables, what for example, the International Cancer Association is recommending 10 portions, meaning 10 full of hands of raw fresh fruits and vegetables. Most people don't do it for any reason. So I started to supplement, and I came to Juice Plus, and the reason for it, because it's not a supplement in a classical way. It's not a pharmaceutical product. It's not a natural product where some scientists just take a few ingredients of a plant because it's just modern, it's just trendy, just found it. So they take the whole food. It's a whole food supplement. It's 10 different fruits, 10 different vegetables, and 10 different berries and grapes. Who they grow, harvest them at the highest point. No chemicals, no herbicides, pesticides. So it's totally 100% organic. They're harvested on the highest point. So all the how do you call it? All the nutrients, the phytochemicals are inside. So the colorings, the flavors, the smelling of the plants is in. They juice it. That's the product name, Juice Plus, more than juice. They juice it and they mix it and they take out the whole sugar for the people who are suffering from diabetes, and they're taking out the whole water. I always say, when you put out the water, you can store it forever. When you put the water out of my body, well, I look like a mummy, but you can have me forever. So they bring out the whole water. The powder is in a capsule. You swallow this capsule with a large amount of water. Capsules opened in the stomach. The powder mixed with the water, and you get the ingredients and the benefits of 30. Can you imagine? Every day, 30 different fruits and vegetables and berries, fresh, raw, organic. That's the reason I started with this, and I just took it to get my own experience. And to be honest, in the beginning, I didn't see any difference, because I always had a healthy lifestyle. And one of my best friends, actually, we had him on the show a few weeks ago, Dr. Stefan Hammer, who is working with me on Juice Plus with many, many other doctors worldwide. And he said, Roland, it's a good sign if you don't feel a difference, because then there's no gap, because you live a healthy lifestyle. But what I found out is my nails are getting much better. I had always these white spots on my nails. They're gone. My hair is still great, but it's still there. It's growing faster. My beard is growing faster. And I always had herpes, a kind of herpes in my lips, never since 29 years. That's my personal experience. So I have more energy. And then I did some blood tests and I saw it, okay, it's really working. But in the beginning, I didn't feel any difference, to be honest, because I always had a healthy lifestyle. But I understood that it's not just being healthy, it's just to be fit and to master every day's challenges. And we had a discussion before that, Jacalyn, especially for the brain. It's so important also to supplement for our brain health. That's a short introduction to my story of Juice Plus. And as I said at the beginning, and then I got the chance to train hundreds in the beginning and thousands of doctors, because I don't know how it's in Pakistan, but in the Western world, nutrition is a few hours on the university. And so I had the privilege to train many doctors in classroom and online on nutrition. And it's was quite a cool time.
Thank you, Roland. That's really fascinating that you shared all that. And as you know, I'm taking Juice Plus too. I've already shared my hair, my nails, my eyebrows. I feel really well. Dr. Sadia, what is your experience and as an expert in your field about supplements and the impact they have on the brain? Dr. Sadia, can you hear us?
Dr. Jacalyn, could you repeat the question, because there was some interruption, the internet.
Yes. So my question was, based on your experience and your expertise, what is the impact of supplementation on brain health?
Well, it has a huge impact, an unimaginable one. And we have a live example here, Roland, who has actually experienced it. And even where I'm about myself as well, when COVID came, there was a time, we all went into a phase of anxiety and everything and loneliness. Then I literally, switched our lifestyle from a normal lifestyle to a healthy lifestyle, in the sense that we we worked on organic vegetables and fruits, especially they have this capability, like nature itself is healing. And all these multivitamins, like the that we buy from these pharmaceutical companies, they come in a natural form in the food. And once we consume that, it's not, I mean, it never, firstly, it's in the best form, and secondly, it itself is healing, and thirdly, it directly activates the gene expression of the brain a protective a protein called BDNF. Have you heard of BDNF?
I have not.
Now,
Roland,
this
have
is the
you?
brain.
Yes.
Okay, it's a brain-derived neuropeptide factor. Okay, this is the growth factor for the brain cells. Now, physical exercise, a healthy lifestyle that includes physical exercise, it can directly affect the gene expression of this protein. And this protein is a magical protein, in the sense that it helps the neurons, the cells in your brain, to actually grow more, to strengthen, and also to create more connections, and which is essential for memory and for learning. Right? So the with the supplements, yes, there's one active ingredient in turmeric, which is curcumin. But you see, if you there are studies on it, like if you take curcumin, the active ingredient of turmeric, it's not easy for it to cross the blood-brain barrier. And but otherwise, in animal studies, it has been shown to work wonders. Okay, so but like if we take turmeric and we take crushed black pepper with it, now this combination creates, they both work synergistically, in the sense that its absorption in the brain increases. So these in nature, all you need to know is the right combination of the foods. You don't need to take any extra supplementation. So having a knowledge of that and intentionally working on it creates a huge difference.
Thank you, Dr. Sadia. Roland, any follow-up comment for Doctor?
Yes, I mean, the best is always a healthy, balanced food, but reality is different. People don't have the time, don't have the energy, they don't know what to do it. Because many of my friends in my business, they are health consultants, and mostly female came to them and they said, yeah, it's a good idea, we'll do that. And then the kid said, I don't like it. The man says, no, I don't like it. And then it was a nice idea, but it's done. It's not working. So most people don't have the time, especially in the Western culture. They're busy, both are working. They don't have access to healthy food. They don't like to cook. They order something and get delivered at home. The reality is that most people don't bridge the gap. I live a healthy lifestyle, but I have plenty of time to buy fresh, to cook fresh, to eat fresh. But I'm privileged. Most people are not. And that's why I'm a fan of supplement. But a supplement is not an excuse to not eat healthy and do whatever is possible, of course, but it's just bridging the gap. But I want to tell something about supplementation and the brain. There was an interesting study came out a few years ago. It's called the Nun Study. I don't know if you heard about it, the Nun Study. It's a study that's been done in the US with hundreds of nuns, old ladies sitting in a monastery, working there, praying, doing the daily work. And the interesting thing is that none of them had any dementia, Parkinson, or any problems with their brain. And when they passed away, they opened up their brain and did some research. And what they found out is that they have the same degenerative process in the brain that other old people do. Because we always thought when we're getting older, the brain's connections are not working anymore, or that it's bad luck. You can slow down the process, but it's bad luck. It's not. It shows up that we can do something even when we're getting older. we can build new bridges between the neurons by daily exercise, no stress. Interesting thing is, no watching any bad news in media. Don't worry about what's going on in the world. So these nuns are living in a monastery, so they have no much idea what's going out in the world. They have no worries about that. They exercised every day, working in the garden. They didn't work out like crazy in the gym, but they're working in the garden, did some stuff. They trained their brain by reading stuff, learning new stuff, and they had a very healthy sleep. They had a very healthy nutrition, and they just drank water, almost no alcohol. So we know that it's working. So we can do something when we're getting older. And for those who cannot do it, because as I said before, they don't have the time, they don't want to do it for any reason, they don't like the taste of a special fruit or vegetable, whatever, it makes sense to supplement. But as I said, it's not an excuse. It's just bridging the gap and then doing whatever is necessary. And we see it in many studies that people who start supplementing in a good way, the brain gets the information, it's good for me, and they want more. We have a kids study with 2 million families with their kids in a study taking natural supplements. And what happens, my kids too, when they were youngest, they started eating fresh fruits and vegetables. That's amazing. So the brain gets the information, it's good for me, it makes sense, and they want more of it. That's a good way.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Roland. That was really fascinating. Dr. Sadia, would you like to comment?
Yes, sure. Roland and Dr. Jacalyn, our God has gifted our brains with special cells. Okay, these are the brain stem cells. Okay, and these cells are they're like every day we create 700 of these cells in our hippocampus. Now the hippocampi are actually they're shaped like seahorses. They're like sit deep inside our brain, and they deal with memory and learning, right? So like every day it's our intentional, it's our choice that either we nurture these hippocampal cells, the new seahorses, imagine it like seahorses, either we nurture them or we murder them. How we nurture them with having regular exercise, with having the right foods which are toxic free, which are like having good oxygen when you go out and walk in the morning. This helps with it. And if you don't have if you preventing any inflammation anywhere in your body, that even includes inflammation in the gut. And when I say inflammation in the gut, I don't expect people to go and take medicines for that. Okay, they're natural probiotics that help with settling that inflammation. Now, this inflammation is like one of the greatest risk factors for creating the wrong environment for those hippocampal cells. So these are the factors that directly influence them. And this again, if we create the right environment in our brain, if we eat the right food, then these hippocampal cells, they grow and then they differentiate. So it's like you are having brain stem cell transplantation every day. You have this opportunity.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Sadia. I also want to talk about the course that we are offering for people. We actually have it on Eventbrite right now. You are conducting a brain fitness test. Can you share more about what's involved with that? It looks like Dr. Sadia is frozen for a moment, so let me remove her until she comes back. So have you heard of brain fitness tests before, Roland?
Well, there are many on the markets. I don't know which specific one.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I think it's interesting to at least take a test to find out what type of thinker you are. And I know with Dr. Sadia, one of her big missions is to help us eliminate negative thoughts. And she actually has statistics about how much time we spend thinking about a negative thought, and then it goes into a cycle where it just comes back over and over and over
Yeah.
again. What do you know about that?
Absolutely. Most people, and myself too, in the past, luckily it's getting less and less. We worry so many times about things that never happen in the future. I remember, I don't know, Jacalyn, when you have a small kid and you've done some shit, I don't know, whatever, you broke something. I said, hopefully, I pray to God, my daddy doesn't beat me or whatever. Yeah? And then it never came out. So we worry very, very often about things that never show up. And that's what I learned, is trusting the universe, trusting the process. No worry. There's the song. Be happy, no worry. No, it's absolutely. We spend too much time on being frightened about what could be, what could happen, what never shows up. And
So
this is
true.
mind.
Yeah, it's very true. Dr. Sadia is back with us. Let's bring her back on. Hi, Dr. Sadia. Welcome back. Can you hear us?
Hi, I'm back.
Yeah, perfect.
Can you guys
Okay,
hear me?
fantastic. Yes, we can hear you. Tell our audience a little bit about negativity and percentages, how much time we spend thinking about negative thoughts.
Yes. An average person thinks around it's like 60,000 thoughts in a day, during day and night. And out of those 60,000 thoughts, 80% are negative. And very interestingly, out of those daily thoughts, yesterday's repeated thoughts count for 95%. So every day you have this very small window of 5% to learn new things. So if we learn how to get rid of yesterday's thinking thoughts or your past thinking thoughts, we can increase the window. Basically, it's your brain is like a computer, and so that way I can say you can increase the capacity to learn. You must have heard about Dr. Amen, and he has coined this term ants. Okay, so it's actually very interesting. So with every negative thought, so he said, since these negative thoughts are automated, it means they're not under our control. So these thoughts, he's called them as automated negative thoughts, like ants, ants. So the minute you imagine your negative thoughts in the form of an ant, okay, an ugly ant with huge mandibles, ready to trying to eat your mind or eat you up or suck all your energy or happiness, the minute you imagine it, you have this capacity to actually kill them. So it's a very interesting topic, and basically this insight, I've tried it on myself as well, and my friends and all my students and the people that I have trained, and it has done wonders. When I actually started this on myself, is like how to destroy my automated negative thoughts, how to get rid of them. Initially it was like I thought like my brain is like infested with ants, okay, and because all the thoughts were the negative thoughts. I had not realized it until I had known it, because it's not under your control. It's involuntary. It's your subconscious mind which is making you go through the same negative cycle. So once I knew it, I practiced it, and I could get rid of the thoughts, and I could elevate my happiness levels to a greater extent, and I started sleeping well, and my overall well-being improved drastically.
That is exciting. I love to hear that. I'm wondering, when we think about eliminating negative thoughts, how much of our negative thoughts are fear-based, guilt-based, or based on insecurity?
Well, I don't have the right statistics for that, but I think, I mean, I wouldn't make a statement. It would not be right to make a statement on that. But most of our thoughts, what I would say, I'll talk about myself. Well, the fear and anxiety were like, they scored more than 50%. Okay. And, even thoughts like blaming someone. There was a time in my life when I would just think about, taking the responsibility off my shoulders and, blaming it on others. I was in this, it was one of my habits, I must say. And once I found it, there's a very interesting way to actually get rid of it. And, that we will discuss in our program, how to do that, because it's extremely powerful.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Roland, anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I mean, I can absolutely relate to it. I mean, most people live in the past with shame and guilty, or in the future with anxiety and fear. Most people in the world. That's why the world is so fucked up right now. And actually, I said to my teacher today, the next reincarnation, please give another planet. No, I don't want to come to this monkey place anymore. But anyway, no, most people live in the past with shame and guilty, or in the future with fear. Only a few people live in the present moment. That's the point. And as Dr. Rajput said, you can train it. I did it many years when I started in 1990 with yoga and meditation. Finding out what's going on in my mind, what kind of emotions are connected to it. Welcome it, accept it, and let it go, and trust the process. So it's you can learn it. You can learn it to get rid of your negative emotions and this monkey mind. But what helps is, switching off the radio, switching off the television. Don't get this negative information, and live in the present moment and enjoy every present moment, and be aware that happiness is not a 24/7 thing. Happiness is it's about collecting small moments and making a decision to be happy.
I love that. I've never heard that before, Roland. That's great. Something I want to throw out to the two of you. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, someone I have a lot of respect for, and this person was talking about, the Bible. And if you are not following the rules, then you will be publicly shamed and you will go to hell.
Sorry. You know that I'm not a fan of these fear-driven religions. It doesn't matter if it's Judaism, Islam, or Christianity or Buddhism. I'm not a fan of this fear-driven stuff. I don't believe in this shit. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Dr. Sadia, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. Okay. Dr. Jacalyn, yes, I do have faith in that. And, it's all spirituality. And the genes, the scientists found the genes for meditation produce the effect that the genes for meditation produce the same effect as the genes for, they affect the same genes with spirituality. Okay, so it's like the gene expression. And what it actually does is I'm not a big fan of being afraid of a supreme God power. Okay, I'm not a big fan of that. Why? Because the supreme God power actually created us, and he loves us. So it's a feeling of love rather than a feeling of fear, right? So when we grasp this feeling of love, that there's someone who is taking better care of you, and someone, you can say, give out your prayers, and you can, get rid of your emotions, things which are not under your control. You can rely on someone who you think can take better care of that. Just this feeling, I'm not saying anything more than, but just this feeling that there is someone who can help you, right? It takes away most of your anxiety. And it creates the same effect as meditation. And meditation itself, it can affect your blood pressure. It has been proven the genes, people who meditate, they affect the gene expression of 1,772 genes, which includes which is for hypertension and for inflammatory response. It's a collective genes. basically. So it has an impact. So meditation and prayer, I would bring it together. It's the same thing.
Thank you, Dr. Sadia. Lots of great takeaways for people today. I do want to share my screen for a moment so that people can see the course that we're talking about. The title is Unleash Your Mind's Potential, Transform Your Negative Thought Process. And it's on sale. Who doesn't love a sale, right? Fantastic.
Absolutely.
So you can go over to Eventbrite right now. You can type in my name, Dr. Sadia's name, and you'll find it. Discover the science behind success. We're offering this course live a number of times. If you can't make it, great news. You can sign up for the Zoom link and you can take it at your convenience. Roland, I see the wheels of your brain are going. What do you have to say?
I love the title. Yeah, actually, guys, this is what the world needs, less negative thoughts. And people need it. And people need advice and tools how they can handle it. And I wouldn't say get rid of it, because getting rid of it means suppress negative thoughts. That's not a good idea with it, because then it pops up somewhere else. But it's about dealing with it. Absolutely. And trusting the universe. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, sign up. I can tell from my own experience, I was working over 30 years on my mind with meditation, and it's so helpful. And when you get a tools here in a course, you can make a quick fix. I want to say quick fix, but not 30 years of meditation. You don't have to wait 30 years that I did. Please sign up for the course. I highly recommend it.
Thank you so much, Roland. We actually have the link that you can sign up. So you can go right here in the comments and you can click and sign up. So Dr. Sadia, as we're closing out for today, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us again a little bit about the work that you're doing, how people can contact you, and who you want to reach out to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jacalyn. And thank you, Roland. It was lovely meeting you.
Who would you like to contact you, Doctor?
Anyone who has anxiety issues, anyone who cannot get rid of his negative thoughts, anyone who wants to improve his memory.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And Doctor's WhatsApp phone number is there on the screen. Roland, we have a nice comment from Push Child Foundation, Uganda. Thanks, USA Global TV, Mr. Roland. We received the sports kits for the kids. God bless you in all you're doing, and thanks for trusting us. That's beautiful.
Yeah, we send a lot of stuff to Uganda. Yes. Okay. By the way, Doctor, I want to thank you for the great work you're doing, because the world really needs this. Thank you so much for the work you're doing.
Oh, thank you, Roland. Thank you. I'm a great fan of whatever you are doing, because, healthy eating is the foundation. It builds the foundation of everything.
Yeah. Thank you. Creating a healthy temple for good thoughts.
Roland, I'm going to spotlight you.
Yes.
If you can. Oh, sorry, there was a delay there. If you can share how people can get involved with Juice Plus supplementation, what they need to do.
Well, first of all, to make a decision. Make a decision that being healthy is not just a thought or something, so you really want to go for it. Making a decision, like everything in life, make a decision first. Do you really want to be healthy, or just talk about it? That's one thing. The second thing is, when you're living in the US, please contact Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck on USA Global TV and Radio. She can help you out to get a product. If you have kids or grandkids, get it for free. That's an amazing offer by the company. We have over 2 million families worldwide who participate in this Children's Health Foundation. So for every adult Juice Plus is taking as a role model, one kid is for free. That really helps and supports family between the age of 4 and 21. When you're based in Europe, you can contact me. The best way is office@rolandfriedl.com. That's my name. I will spell it for those guys who are on a podcast or on a radio station. It's ROLANDFRIEDL.com. RolandFriedl.com and is the website. And the email is office@rolandfriedl.com. You're more than welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roland. Thank you, Dr. Sadia. And for people who want to contact me, I'm putting it into the comments right now. If you're interested in getting started on Juice Plus, why wouldn't you be? Hello, look at us. We feel great, have tons of energy, and you can reach out. Here is the
I wish I could do that too.
You can join us. You can contact me at Dr. Jacalyn at usaglobaltv.com, and I will answer any questions that you have. If I'm not able to, I'll reach out to Roland and he'll help me. So thank you again, everyone. We'll be back with another episode of It's Your Healthy Lifestyle later today. Our guest is Karen L. Ross. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Roland. Great seeing you both.
All the best, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.